Raya and the Last Dragon is the latest Disney original starring Kelly Marie Tran, Awkwafina, and Gemma Chan. And how does this film hold up against the rest of the Disney originals? Let's find out now, shall we? Raya and the Last Dragon follows the young Raya as she tries to discover the last dragon Sisu in order to reconnect the world that has been torn apart from past events. So right off the bat here, I have to say this is just quite a marvellous film, isn't it? First of all, I have to really talk about the animation in this and just how far animation has come. The way that both water and fur animation has developed over the years has really been emphasized and highlighted within this movie. The fur on Sisu the dragon and the way they play with water particles and play with the physics of water, it is nothing short of a marvel of technological advancement. And there are moments within this film as well that I swear it was almost photorealistic, as close as photorealistic as any film can realistically get without being live action. This film also gives us a colourful cast of characters, as well as Raya, Sisu, and Namaari being our core three characters. There are a lot of solid side characters in this that are picked up along the way that are all unique in their own way and all really add something to the film as a whole. They all have their own little arcs and stories, but they are all connected by a common goal, and the way these all just come together and some of the moments provided by each of them and all given the chance to shine both in an emotional and a comedic moment is just showing how well thought out this movie was in terms of its screenplay and story. It is absolutely amazing. And our voice performances as well. Awkwafina, I swear, that woman, I would love to be in a restaurant with a group of friends, with Awkwafina in that group of friends, because she is just hilarious. Everything she says brings a smile to my face, and when she has to deliver the more emotional beats and the more heartfelt beats, you feel them to no end. And the way she can snap between just dropping this blunt deadpan comedy to the serious nature, it really shows the range of this actress, and she just really shines through in this and is by far my favourite part of the movie. Kelly Marie Tran, how happy am I that she has finally got a bit of redemption for The Last Jedi. And I love The Last Jedi, and the way she was treated by the fans is absolutely disgusting. So the fact she's got a bit of vindication in this with a titular role in what is arguably one of Disney's best ever movies, I think is fantastic. The way they play with lighting in this as well is glorious. Just everything about the animation within this is something to behold. There is a high fantasy element to this and has a lot of folklore into some Eastern cultures. It's just a fantastic visual piece to watch. And I love the fact that our two main characters, our two opposing forces, neither one is inherently good or evil. Raya is a very flawed character, and she does have selfish motivations to begin with that have to get adjusted by Sisu as we go forward. Sisu as a character is very out of touch with the modern world, and it just has a great commentary of how humanity just is in this day and age, and how it tries to tell us that we should really stop stabbing each other in the back constantly. That is a big theme, is how no one wants to trust each other and everyone is just thirsting over this small bit of wealth that can control the world. It's a very much a commentary on humanity versus the need for monetary power. That is the big overriding arc within this, and I just love how it is played out in simplistic terms so that both kids and adults can understand it, but it never overrides the overriding narrative of this movie. If I had to say I had any gripes with this film, I will say they are very minor. The biggest one I can really think of is it is somewhat predictable how everything will get resolved, but it's also a pleasant little surprise because it's one of those where it's a cliche, but it's not a cliche that you see very often. It is very telegraphed and you can see it coming a mile away, But it is a nice cliche to see because it's not that often these days where we can see these sides of stories and these types of solutions. And when there's emotional beats to be had, there are some powerful emotional beats. This is just a tonal masterpiece. It balances comedy, fear, horror, and just a serious drama all in one. And just how varied every character is. I've not even mentioned that Raya has this massive armadillo as a companion who is the cutest thing ever. Other characters, we have this one-eyed brute, we have a little boy chef, we have a con baby, you heard me right. There are a number of great characters within this that all stick out. I dare say it is almost very Ghibli-esque in terms of the variety of characters on screen here. It closely reminded me of Spirited Away, just for the amount of individual characters that just stick out and have their memorable moments. And one last point is that I have to really say I really want to see this world again. Not necessarily in a sequel, well I don't know, maybe a show that has a lot of money put behind it on Disney Plus maybe. This world that is set out, this idea that the world is connected in the shape of a dragon, and when the world gets separated, every nation is named after a part of the dragon, like fang, talon, spine, heart, and tail. Those are the 5 countries featured within this, and I love the lore that it presents with the humans and the dragons. I like how each nation is given their own identity and personality. There was a lot of thought put into this world, and this film deserves all the praise in the world for this. Before I get into my grade review, like what I do on this channel, consider clicking that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know, where does Raya and the Last Dragon rank for you in your Disney original list? So let me know down in the comments below. But overall, Raya and the Last Dragon, plenty of great characters. A marvel in terms of how far animation has come in terms of water, fur and lighting animations. And the story has some great underlying themes, but also has that high fantasy fun element that all the family can truly enjoy. Aside from a couple of predictable elements towards the end on how things will get finalised, there's very little I can see wrong with this, and it is nothing short of one of Disney's best of all time, I dare say. Overall, Raya and the Last Dragon for me is a great cup of tea. So Raya and the Last Dragon, have you seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Again, you like what I do on this channel? Click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this coming all the time. Recently did a video essay on the Saban's Power Rangers movie, so if video essays are more your thing, that will be linked down below as well. But until next time everybody, my name is Josh, I have been the Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you in the next video.